In this video, I will share a PPT with 30 free icebreakers that you can use in class. This is provided by Twinkle and you can find it in the description below. Icebreakers are really useful, especially for the first days of class or when you're meeting new people. Twinkle created a free PPT with 30 icebreaker games. Let's check it out. 30 getting to know you games. Icebreakers for the start of term. Some nice animation. Okay, let's start with the first one, name game. Say your name and one thing you like. The next person has to remember your thing and add their own. If you have a very large class, more than 10, maybe you want to split them into groups, but I think around 8 to 10 is good. My name is Mariana and I like superhero girls. And then the next person has to say, her name is Mariana and she likes superhero girls. My name is Dan and I like dancing, and so on. Name game 2. Introduce yourself with an adjective that begins with the same letter as your name. For example, I'm kind Kara. The next person repeats your name and adjective and adds their own. This is kind Kara and I'm smiley Sophie. I can be electric Eric. Another fun thing you can do is take a ball or soft object and students have to throw it to one another, and then after they catch it, they have to say the person's name who threw it as well as their own. So smiley Sophie and I'm electric Eric, and then throw it to the next person. Present your partner. Work in pairs, ask questions to get to know your partner, and then present them to the class. Here are some topics you could talk about. This is one of my favorite activities because students are very nervous to talk about themselves. They're very self-conscious. So when they interview a partner and they introduce their partner, it takes a lot of pressure off of them and it's easier for them to talk about someone else. I usually put the students in pairs. They interview a partner and I tell them to hype up their friend. Talk about all the good things they've done and find something interesting to talk about. Don't make it too boring. It can take a lot of time for everyone to talk about a partner. So what I do instead is once they're finished, all the pairs play rock, paper, scissors, and the loser has to present to class about their friend, and I would just ask a follow-up question to the person who didn't present. But some things you can talk about: favorite things, plans for the term, interesting skills, what they like about learning English, their dreams for the future. Celebrity hot seat. The player in the hot seat pretends to be a celebrity. Don't tell the others who you are. They have to ask questions to discover your secret identity. Get all the students to think of a celebrity, and it has to be a celebrity everybody knows, but it shouldn't be too easy. Otherwise, a lot of the students pick the same person. You can also let them write down celebrities and put it into a hat, and then they take out a random celebrity. Then they sit in the middle of class. The other students have to ask them questions until they can guess who it is, and the students take turns. Find 3 things in common. Talk to everyone in class individually. The goal is to talk until you find 3 things in common with the other person. Then change partners. Try and avoid repetition when you talk to the next person. So you can't ask the same questions. Do you have a brother or sister? Do you have a pet? You have to constantly ask new questions, and that is very challenging to the students, but also a lot of fun because then you find things in common. What's your favorite food? I love chocolate ice cream. Oh, me too. That's one we have in common. Check. Move on to the next person after 3 things you have in common. Find someone who, bingo. Ask questions until you have a name on each square, then shout bingo. So the students go and they have to find someone with an interesting pet, who has a brother, wearing green, drawn paint well, can say she sells seashells on the seashore 3 times, was born in February, went to a shop today. Obviously you can change these and make it different each time they play, and each person can have a different bingo card, but it's up to you. It's just such a fun idea. 3 emojis to describe me. Look on your phone or computer and choose 3 emojis that describe your life. Look at your partner's memes and ask them some questions. My personality: crying face, shocked face, and winky face. My interest: obviously swimming, dancing, and maybe surfing. They can also ask some follow-up questions. I really want you to practice follow-up questions with your students. Otherwise, they get lazy and they only ask what is necessary instead of going a bit further. Why did you choose? Do you like? How often? Are you similar, different from? Look on your phone or computer and choose 3 memes that describe your life. Look at your partner's memes and ask more questions. We have to focus on our students' interests, and memes are very popular with the younger generation. We can ask our students to find 3 memes they want to share. It's so useful if the students have their phones to use it in class. Try not to overuse it, just get them to share something from their lives. Draw a coat of arms. In the past, noble families had a coat of arms that would represent them. Design a coat of arms that represent your family. You can include symbols connected to your name, your interests, or your history. When you're finished, look at your partner's coat of arms and ask questions. It doesn't have to be for your family. It could be your own personal coat of arms, and then you put your interest on there. Show the students some examples first so that they know what they have to look at. You can also get them to search for some Latin words that they can put underneath. Here is a question spinner. This is very easy. You just press the button, press it again. What song do you like to dance to? The student has to answer. Here is challenge mode. What's your most annoying habit? Is pressing the red button and then I have to move my neck to the side. Okay, what can you teach me? This is good for improving your students' confidence because now they are an expert and they have to teach it to other people. Everyone has a skill. What's yours? It could be something small like how to make the perfect cup of hot chocolate, or something big like how to win a cycling race. Think about what you can teach your partner. You have a couple of minutes to teach them this new skill. Then your partner will teach you something new too. The students have a lot of fun with this activity. My values. What values are important to you? You can choose 3. If this is the answer, what is the question? This is also something I sometimes do in my classes. I write down information about my life and who I am, my interest on the board, and then I ask the students to guess what the question is. 5 things I'm grateful for. So make a list of 5 things you appreciate about your life and then share them. What are your goals for the term? Create SMART goals. So remember, SMART goals are specific, they are measurable, they are achievable, they are relevant, and they are timed. So get your students to write some SMART goals for the semester or term. Ask the class for 10 films, write them on the board, and in small groups they have to decide what is the best film to the worst, and you can do it with singers, fruit, pizza toppings, smells, and shops. Anything that you can put in a category. Object show or tell. The student shows something that's important to them. Photo album. This is something I enjoy to use in my classes too. I ask students to show a photo from their weekend or something of them doing an activity with their families. It's really useful and students enjoy sharing something about their lives too. So students think of some rules they would like to have in class, what they would like to achieve, and also ways that they can improve the class. We pick 2 students. These 2 people must have a conversation by only using questions. It's very difficult.